Hey, how's it going, everybody? Max with BuzzTox here, and welcome to Westworld News. In these videos, I go on WestworldWatchers.com and I give my thoughts and opinions on the latest news to break. But before we get into it, I want to talk really quickly about Westworld on the BuzzTox channel. And I want to let you know I'm going to be doing prediction videos, I'm going to be doing analysis videos, I'm going to be doing so many Westworld videos in the future. But before I do, I need to rewatch the whole season again to make sure I know my shit and I can give you the best videos possible. But without further ado, let's get right into the news. Our first story focuses in on the producer of the show, Jonathan Nolan. And in an interview, he was talking about script writing. And he said at this moment they're really stress testing the script to ensure it all adds up. But he also said that some guy on Reddit actually predicted the big twist for Westworld Season 2. And because of that, he's altered the script. And I actually have a big problem with this. People being able to predict the show is a testament to how good the writing is. Because you can put in those little nuggets, and if you really pay attention, you can put the pieces together and figure out the conclusion. And that's exactly what Trev and I did. We knew that William was the Man in Black in episode 2. But as the episodes went on, it further confirmed our theory. If you have a plan for your story, you shouldn't be altering it for the fans. You should commit to your art and produce the best material possible. And the problem with continuously changing the story is that it may not add up, and you may have some plot holes and inconsistencies in your storytelling. But one good thing from this story is that the script is pretty much done and they're going to be filming in the summer, which to me means that we're going to be getting an early 2018 release, possibly. If you want to see my thoughts on when Westworld will be released and a breakdown on why, click the screen or the link down below. And the other producer of the show, Lisa Joy, also had some things to say about the next season, and she pretty much stated that they may not use multiple timelines. And she pretty much says that it may not be needed, because the multiple timelines was really meant to convey how Dolores felt and her confusion, and it was a good tool to really utilize the origin of the Man in Black. And I agree with her. Because they use multiple timelines, I think it's expected that they have to do it for every season now, because it's kind of become ingrained in the show. And I don't think they have to do it. They can implement new tools to make each season really unique. However, I do think multiple timelines will be really interesting to implement in future seasons, because it can be the tool to help hosts achieve true consciousness. Dolores' role in season 2 is looking like she's going to be the Judas Steer, and she's going to be leading all of the hosts to the slaughter. And I personally see the slaughter as a form of true suffering, like when Maeve saw her daughter die, that put her into a state of true consciousness. And I think using multiple timelines and Dolores abusing this power of them being able to reflect on their past will be very useful. And we know that there are going to be secondary characters bumped up to primary character status. And this would be amazing for us as an audience to go back in the past and really get a true origin story on the other hosts. But that ties in perfectly to my favorite story of the day. And that is that there are 2 secondary characters for Westworld that are going to be bumped up to primary status. They're going to be season regulars on the show. And the first person is Angela. And we know Angela because she was the first host that we saw with William when he was coming into the park. And then we saw her later in the season where she was one of Wyatt's men. And this is amazing that she's a season regular, because I guarantee it, she's going to be by Dolores' side. Her whole purpose in the storyline was to aid Dolores, or Wyatt. It'll be interesting to see what happens to her character arc. And the other character that was brought up to season regular status is good old Peter Abernathy. Granted, the character won't be Peter Abernathy, he may be something different, but I don't care, the actor is unbelievable, and he did an amazing job in that first episode. But the one thing that's interesting about Abernathy is when we left him, Charlotte and Lee wanted to use Abernathy as an scapegoat for all the information. They uploaded information into him, and they wanted him to leave the park. So now we have Abernathy in Westworld with all this information in his code. So it'll be really interesting to see what role he's going to play. Is he actually going to be a character? Will he be able to choose who he wants to be because the code is there? It'll be extremely interesting to see where he goes next, and I guarantee it, in my prediction videos, I'm going to talk about that. But that is all the news for today. Please leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think about the news. What's your favorite news story today? Mine personally is Peter Abernathy being a season regular. You guys can all expect Westworld videos in the future, but until then, I'll see you guys later.